Hello and welcome back to the second half of our story, part of the Fantastic Frame series. And the first book is called Danger, Tiger Crossing. Last week we read the first 5 chapters, so we're halfway through the book. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I know I had a few people write to me and tell me that they already finished the whole story. They couldn't stop reading it, that they liked it so much. So that was good to hear. We left off from chapter 5. We know that Tiger and Luna were sucked into the painting, and they're looking to see if they can find David, Mrs. Dot's son, who had been sucked into the painting years before. So they're trying to escape the tiger when we left off. Chapter 6. Luna and I never stopped to take a breath. We swam frantically toward the opposite bank. When we got to shore, we crawled out into the thick mud. I scanned the area in front of us. All I saw was a grove of trees. There was nothing that looked like a cave. "We can't just stay here looking around," Luna said. "We have to move on." I could see the tiger splashing in the river, getting dangerously near the bank. Suddenly, something caught my eye. It was running through the trees ahead of us. It went by too fast for me to see what it was. All I could see was that it was hairy and running on 2 feet. "Do you think it's a gorilla?" Luna asked. "Too small," I answered. "A chimpanzee?" I shook my head. "Too big." "Well, I say we follow it," she said. "Maybe it knows something we don't know." We took off after the creature. Somewhere in the grove of trees, we lost sight of it. We kept going anyway. On the other side of the grove, we hit a wall of rocks with giant boulders in front. There was no sign of the creature. I examined the rocks quickly. "Over there," I said, pointing to a narrow, low opening between 2 boulders. "Maybe that's the mouth of the cave." We ran to the opening. It was really small. Luna dropped to the ground. Crawling on her hands and knees, she squeezed her head and shoulders through the boulders into the tight space. "It is a cave," she called out, her legs disappearing from my sight. "Follow me inside, Tiger." "I can't fit through there. No way." "Neither can the tiger," she said. "You have to try." I turned around to check on the tiger. He was no more than 10 feet away. He was crouched on his hind legs, his claws extended all the way out. I knew that gesture. It's what cats do when they're about to pounce on a mouse. The tiger was getting ready to attack. With my heart beating fast, I dove for the opening of the cave. My head went in fine, and I was even able to wedge my shoulders through, but my middle got stuck. I sucked in my stomach, wishing I hadn't had that tuna melt for lunch. I kicked my feet and pushed against the ground, but my body wasn't going anywhere. I thought I felt the tiger's hot breath on my legs. "Pull my arms," I called to Luna. "I'm trying," she said. "I'm just not strong enough." Suddenly, I felt another pair of hands grab me, pulling with such force I thought my arms might just pop out of their sockets. 1 pull, 2 pulls. On the 3rd pull, my middle scraped through the opening. In one smooth motion, the rest of my body followed. I was inside the cave, looking into the eyes of the hairy creature. And that's the end of chapter 5. Again, the author leaves us with a mystery, wondering what this hairy creature is. Do you have a prediction of who you think it might be? Notice the picture on this page too, where Luna's trying to pull Tiger into the cave and his stomach gets stuck. He just can't fit through. He looks really scared that he might get eaten by the tiger, doesn't he? I hope you liked this chapter. It was a short one. Tune in again tomorrow. We'll read chapter 7.